Bigleb, the founder and director of missions at the Mustard Seed Thrift on Mission. I'd love to hear you tell me a little bit of how this all started.
My husband and I really felt a calling from God to open up a thrift store. I had been in the thrift industry for most of my adult life, and I left thinking I was gonna go back to school and be able to homeschool my kids and then have their schedule. And really, God had other plans. Yes. And we really came to this realization that we needed to open a thrift store, and that was to help people who are sexually abused as children, specifically to help fund an organization called SOAR Ministry here in town. Obviously, that's not the only ministry or organization that we fund now, but the ultimate goal was to help survivors of childhood sexual abuse. That's my story. That happened to me, and I recognized at the time how difficult it was for survivors to not only find the support that they need, but also to fund that support. We've had extraordinary people who are so incredibly courageous to be able to come through. Specifically, one of the women that I'm thinking about right now, she came to us actually working as a volunteer, and found out what our mission was, and eventually she would end up at SOAR and doing so much of her work. She is now able to go out into the community, talk in churches, share her story, and that's really what we're seeing, is that people are starting to, not just starting. SOAR's been around for 25 years. This is their 25th year. But the reality is that as survivors start healing, they are empowered to do to live the life that God has for them, and also fulfill the purpose that He has. Some of them are like this woman that I'm thinking about now. They're sharing their story and helping others come forward for their healing. But we also have women who are going through SOAR, who have gone through SOAR, who are having marriages that they never ever dreamed of, or starting ministries like a domestic violence ministry, something that was born out of their pain and their experiences. So it's not just touching the lives of the survivors, but also our community as a whole.
Yes, like you said, this is such a ripple effect. But also, you have volunteers that come in the store as well. So tell us a little bit about your volunteer program.
We just love to share about the volunteer program. Really, we have so many ways in which people can volunteer and help. If they, from doing all the store functions, almost all the store functions, they're rolled into really doing the same stuff that our staff does. But what this also does is it frees up staff to do other things, to be more engaged with having conversations, sharing our mission. Ultimately that really is our goal, is that the mustard seed is really considered the gateway to healing. And what that means is that people come to the store, they shop, and they're just at this benign, beautiful, sweet store, and they learn.
Yes.
They learn about the healing that's available. They also learn that if this is their story, they're not alone. So it's so valuable for people to be able to come in and volunteer. And the super cool thing is that when you volunteer, you can make your own schedule. And really our managers, our leadership, they're so great at rolling in the volunteers and helping them just know what an incredible value that they bring to the organization and to our community.
Another thing I want to touch on is you guys are opening up a coordinating store. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we really have been praying for a long time and just waiting on where God was going to lead us next. And we've looked at several properties around in this region over in southern Indiana,
Sure.
and we finally stumbled upon the location. It's the old Ryan's
That's
building
amazing
in
too.
Corden. Yeah, and really, like, when we first saw it, we're like, seriously. First time I walked up to the building, I'm like, of course it's a mustard seed. It looks
Yes,
totally like a
yes.
mustard seed just from the outside. So,
Yes.
yeah, so our CEO, Mark Mann, got that ball rolling late last year. Is that right?
Awesome.
Late last year, and they finalized that, and so we're moving forward. I think our hope is sometime in April to have a soft opening. Don't hold us to that.
Right.
We're still waiting on getting building permits and
Sure.
And whatnot, but we are so thrilled to be going into Corden. We've
Yes.
already been embraced by the community, people reaching out,
yes,
saying
yes.
we want to be a part, we want to help, we would love to help throw the grand opening party. So we've had such a warm reception from that area, and just thrilled to be a part of it.
I had to wear an outfit today of what. So here's my outfit. These are the
Adorable.
jealous pants that everybody wants, that I got at the mustard seed. Not the jewelry, but I did get the ring. So I did wear a ring today that I bought. But I bought all kinds of jewelry, clothes, pants, hats.
Absolutely.
Dresses. There's so many things. Yes. I'm in here on a weekly basis because I love it. And I told you a story earlier about one of my clients that had went through drug and alcohol abuse and came out of it, wrote a book. And she had a key was on her book, and I looked and looked trying to find a key for her, and I found it here actually the day of closing. I popped in thinking maybe I can find it at Mustard Seed, so that was special to her as well. So you just don't know what you're going to find here. It's like a hunt.
Yeah.
For all those thrift shoppers out there, I'm telling you, I go to the Sellersburg store. This store, we're at Floyd's Knobs right now, is just right down from our office. And so come to this store, and I'm sure when I'm up in Corden, I'm going to have to pop in there as well.
Absolutely. Well, we really believe that if you need it, you just ask for it and you shall receive.
Yes.
You're literally sitting in an office, and this entire office space is 100%, except for the file cabinets. We did purchase some of the file cabinets, but from the tables to the chairs to the desks, lamps, lighting, all of that was donations. So we've made good use of those. So yeah, you can find just about anything at the store, and all of these things, we look, buy a blouse and be a blessing. Seriously, because when you make purchases at the Mustard Seed, that helps fund healing for survivors. And I don't want anybody to miss that, because it's so important that people in our community who have already paid such a hard, terrible price, such a high price, that their healing could be really funded by just making purchases at the Mustard Seed.
So let's talk about ways they donate, things they donate.
Yep.
There's a multitude of things that they can do: donate, pray, volunteer.
Yeah.
Is there any other things that you can add to that?
A lot of people don't realize that we also have a feature on our website where you can donate monetarily. So, and that's super cool, because all the store donations are fantastic, and we use the money from the stores, but that also goes into paying for all of our utilities and employees, all of that. But if you donate monetarily, that goes directly to our missions fund. So none of that is only used for our missions related expenditures. But yeah, first and foremost, pray. Please pray. Keep us in your prayers, just as we continue to move forward in God's will, and reach the people who need to be reached. that's really our prayer, and then we do it with our best.
Yes. You're coordinating officer, so are you hiring at this time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're in hiring mode, finding people who want to be employed at the Corydon location. And a lot of them are training either here at the Floyd's Knobs location or down at Sellersburg until opening. But yes, if they want to apply, just go to our website. Again, that's mustardseedthrift.com, and just find the job application on the website. You never know what you're going to find at the Mustard Seed, but you really may realize that you're not just finding chairs and blouses and stuff like that, but you may find that you're finding healing. You may find that you're finding purpose. So powerful.
I love that. And I think we can end on that. Healing and purpose. So Thrift on Mission.
Mustard Seed Thrift on Mission.
Yes.
Come visit us.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank
I appreciate
you. Thanks so much
being with us.
Yeah.